He's there
And a
for
format shockwave! And there it is! 3-man left battle!
Oh, the steal!
TUP takes the
Yeah,
bounce!
that will be the next choosing target. That is going to be the ace. UPD demand 16 and 7. Will they be able to finish this? Oh,
Here in the hands of JBL. They are set to finish this game. Let's see.
Good evening, Summoners, and welcome to the Lenovo LCL 2017 Spring Term Semifinals. I am your caster for today, Rockhart, and with me is, of course, one of our great casters here, Atlas. And wow, what a great game that we've had so far. And the last match was not really as tight as you would.
Yeah, that was definitely a stomp coming from UPD. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but I do think that the Kassadin pick had a lot to do with it. Like, it didn't really work out
That is
for
true.
JBL. Like, the same way it didn't work out with UPD, just didn't have any impact later in the game.
It was kind of scary. I think they were going for something new, but it was a total miss, and that's not something you want to do at this high stakes match. You don't want something that's untested. You want something more comfort. You want something that is tried and tested. That is not what JBL did at all.
There's no excuse for that.
Exactly.
Like going for that Kassadin.
There were so many good picks that would have went well for that. Like, I just can't. I'm just lost for words.
Yeah, it's like now because of that pick and because how that entire game was played as well, JBL have their backs to the wall with a 1-2. Now UPD can take this away with a 3-1, or maybe if JBL gets their act together now and give out the same performance that they were able to do in game 1, they'll be able to make this a 2-2, possibly even a 3-2 if they actually are able to do that. But let's look at the pick and ban. JBL actually now changing up their bans. It's now Zach Cannon, and instead of the Rakan, it will be the Fiora. We'll see if UPD actually picks that up. The Rakan for Neep here is very possible. As for them, same bans as game 2 and 3.
That's right, and of course, this Vlad pick I expect to be on bans for both teams, because for Zerk is actually both these mid laners are actually really high level Vladimir players.
Really
both of them are really clutch, and I know they wanna launch that. It's just that they both know that it's not for either one's advantage, so it's gonna be banned out. For the meantime, I think, wow, this Saya pick is not being lost at all in these matches. Saya, of course, it's gonna account for because of the survivability and the ability of Saya to take a lot of people by surprise because of the Feather Sword. It's actually a really great way to get people off balance, because they can't expect at all if they're gonna get ulted on suddenly. A lot of times people would step inside the range of the feathers, in between the feathers, and they wouldn't really expect the call.
The burst,
and
it just
suddenly,
happens.
boom.
And then the snare leaves you open for even more damage coming from that Zaya.
Yeah.
It also steals it away from Blizzard, who I'm sure wanted to play that. Since Rakan is open,
right?
I'm sure that UPD definitely wanted to pick up that Zaya, but it seems like that will not go through the rotation for UPD, going for that Caitlyn instead. So still, Blizzard has only played 2 champions in an interconference and the semifinals, and it's been working out for them.
Yeah, it has. Funnily enough, we've seen Blizzard talk about his immensely deep champ pool.
But it doesn't seem like he's... yeah, that's why...
Not utilizing it.
It seems like JBL followed his own advice not to ban him out. And because Zaya and Caitlyn are his 2 greatest picks here, if one's picked away, and since he's not banned out, he will just pick up one of the alternatives, Caitlyn or Zaya, whichever one is not taken away from him. JBL going for Talia here. Interested to see how all that plays out. Seems like UPD banning out the Karma and the Lulu against JBL, but this does leave them open to pick the Rakan.
Oh my god.
The potent combo of Rakan Zaya.
I like this.
We're gonna see it here. Well, JBL, they ban out Thresh from Neep. So I'm interested in seeing which support people go for to go with Caitlyn.
What kind of because I like it. I like what they're going here for. A lot of these champions are actually sticking. We've seen a lot of these champions used over and over again in these games. Example is Galio. Example is Elise as well. He's been used quite a few times. Zyra, Kate. Again, with the Kled. This is like the third Kled game that we've seen today.
And now it's going to be on Iconic, actually.
Wow.
And that's going to be scary if JBL doesn't shut down Iconic. He is good at those top laners that dish out lots of damage and can punish mistakes. So the Kled will be his pickup. Veer still on one of his staples, the Elise, while Blizzard, as I said, still one of his favorites, the Caitlyn. The Zyra as well come from Neep. We saw how scary his Zyra can be. The damage that it can bring out is definitely phenomenal. If
Whoa, is this real? Is this for real?
Is this real? There are a lot of knockups that can happen here for JBL. There is the Dragon's Rage, the Seismic Shove, even the Grand Entrance. If they do lock this in, this is actually, this can work.
JBL!
It's actually, it's
okay.
gonna be the Renekton.
Oh my god, that was so...
It's much safer than the Yasuo,
definitely.
especially against a Kled. It would have been absolutely idiotic to
The
pick the
chat
Yasuo.
would be... The chat would go crazy.
That was too good to be true.
That's
so
right.
this is a Renekton, so Iconic gonna have a little harder time, but it is Shy. I did discuss, like in our research, that it would be best for Shy to go on a low economy top laner.
Right,
because
of course.
If you compare the sheer mechanical skill and laning between Iconic and Shy,
You gotta give it to Iconic.
you gotta give it to Iconic.
Right.
And giving the Kled to Iconic lots of damage, I'm not sure if Shy can actually punish that. He has the potential, but I'm not sure if he can consistently do that in lane to actually consistently chunk down and punish Iconic.
We have seen that happen. That's true. Shy has the potential to do it. He's done it once. I think last game, not so much.
Yeah.
But he
was able to pull it off.
Yeah.
Like, for example, in Interconference, 2 Renekton games against UPLB.
Very dominant.
Yeah, very dominant.
Yeah.
But the thing there was, even with the dominance, with the winning matchup, he wasn't able to really get a super high KDA and constantly punish a top laner. Plus, he needed to have constant help from Farmville. But of course, looking into this matchup, we have another video for you to have some insight on what's going to happen between UPD and JBL.
Binuo ko yung team na kasali namin sa mga tournaments na sumasali sa mga different tournaments dito sa Iloilo. So far, yung support ng JBL sa eSport is okay naman po siya since meron po kaming intramurals na merong tournaments about LoL. Tapos doon kami nakakuha ng mga prospects namin ng mga players so far. Yung JBL po, sa ngayon, 5 splits na po sila in total. Since ang dami ng mga roster changes, nag-sync in kami nang sumali si Aul sa amin na nagbigay ng malaking bahagi ng aming teamwork at saka strategy.
Aul was spotted during our intramurals because we faced him on the semifinals and he was the one we were worried about.
Nung pumasok ako ng JBL, in-expect ko na may esports sila dahil dati ko nang kalaro yung mga players ng JBL sa solo queue. Natutuwa po ako dahil kahit freshman pa lang ako, malakas po yung kumpiyansa ng team po sa akin.
Sa totoo lang po, parang kinakabahan po ako na sa makakalaban namin na UPD kasi undefeated din po sila tulad namin.
Yung naisip namin siguro yung LICC na po talaga since ang UPD na lang po yung siguradong magiging rivalry lang namin papuntang finals.
Maganda din yung sa course namin kasi nakakabase din po sa discipline yung laro. Dapat kailangan todo disiplinado po yung mga players na yung pag nag-shout ko lahat ay nakikinig.
Sa Maritime, yung number 1 po namin talaga is discipline tsaka teamwork. Yun po talaga yung nagdadala sa amin sa laro na madadala rin namin sa totoong buhay.
Our way of discipline is following authority. So in our team, if we know that the person giving the authority is right, we just follow him without questions asked.
Hindi naman lahat ng oras na tama ako, nakikinig din naman ako sa team, kaya yung tama yung naman ginagawa namin, kasi minsan hindi naman consistent yung shout calling ko kasi hindi naman alam kung ano yung sitwasyon sa ibang lane, kaya okay lang naman na pinagsasabihan ako nila kasi natututo din ako sa kanila.
Magkukwit na po ako this LCL po kasi yung gagraduate na po at magkukwit na ngayong LCL is si Demigod, si Janjan, ako kasi magagraduate namin at magsisiman na po kami.
Yung message ko lang po sa UPD is let's have some fun and we're planning something good for them.
We'll see if what they've planned for UPD, they'll actually deliver. Of course, this is the game 4 coming into this match between UPD Oblation Esports and John B. Lacson Maritime University Maroon Dragons. So coming to this game is definitely exciting. This is one of the last chances of JBL to put up a fight against UP. Or will they be able to get that one more win to make it a 2-2 and make it a 3-2 later? We're going to see how all that plays out here in the level 1s of this game.
Yeah, so we just got a little insight on how JBL operates and their mindset going into these games. And basically, it's command, respective command, unity, and we've actually seen that happen a few times. Like in the game where they actually quite snowballed really hard, they moved really cohesively. They moved as one, and we could see that right now. I think JBL is not going to be happy to stay here. They are sighted by the ward.
They are sighted out. All 5 of them actually, which signals UPD to do something sneaky here in the top lane. Probably to put down some deep wards to see where Farmville will start out. A lot of these, actually, lots of these pings.
Yeah.
Seems like UPD is like really angry. Seems like they might want to go for a cheese here against Farmville. It might actually succeed. Farmville,
oh my god,
actually checks with a Sonic Wave smartly.
Smart move by Farmville. And that UPD could have had an advantage there, maybe if they waited a bit more on the red side quadrant, red side bush instead, like the bush next to the
red buff.
The red buff, yeah. But yeah, that was also a possible one, and it was smart of Farmville to keep that.
That was the safer
exactly.
route to actually take and wait at, because it would leave, because going to the red buff would leave Berserk too far from the mid lane. It could possibly miss 1 or 2 minions.
Yeah, that would have been
this matchup. You want to reach level 2 as fast as possible.
That would have been a huge snowball for for Veer here. A triple buff on the Elise, not something you want. And wow, Berserk getting harassed really hard by Owl. I think Owl is definitely prepared for this matchup, despite us constantly saying that Galio is definitely an anti-mage. Owl is dishing out a good damage, and that should give him enough harassment to keep him into the mid lane.
Yeah, that's why I think Berserk would have been great for Berserk to rush the level 2, and if he had missed a minion, it would have been so bad for him, because he wants to get that magic damage shield as soon as possible against Owl, because he wants to be able to trade more, he wants to be able to survive in lane. And the Corrupting Potion is there to actually help him in that regard. Iconic.
Oh my god.
To get out of here.
Yeah,
dealing out a lot of damage in trade against Shy with a violent tendencies and a bear trap on rope. Even with taking minion damage, seems like he's really brave, because Veer was right there to help him out. Veer has to interrupt his pathing a little bit. Might go for the red buff actually, but it seems like the recall will be the play. Has to go back and buy the Hunter's Machete probably.
Yeah, I like the pathing that Veer took there. If he was in earlier, maybe 3 seconds, he might have had the positioning required for that gank, but apparently he was too late. And Shy also going really hard on Iconic. Oh my god.
He has to force the flash here, and at low levels, Iconic does not have enough health and attack damage to actually auto-attack Shy and threaten him enough to get Skarl back.
Not to mention the creep wave. You wouldn't want to ignore the caster minions at this level as well. Oh my god!
Here, that Iskar gonna go back for him though. Shy takes a turret shot, and Iconic is going to punish him. That's the bait possible for Skarl.
Oh my god, Iconic, they're playing to the very last drop of his health, able to just
I love
dropped
the
out.
confidence there because
Oh
he
my
knew
God.
that he would be able to get Scarl before Shy could take him out with the cooldowns. And because Shy sliced in, the turret shot just sealed his fate there. If he had not taken the turret shot, I think he would have still been able to kill Iconic.
Yeah, and that was just 1 second that Scarl was about to pop up. I think both top laners actually knew what they were getting into. It's
Seems
just
like,
that Iconic was a bit ahead, like a second ahead in the calculations,
And
and
the
that's
range
what
of that slice actually doomed him there.
exactly.
It's like the angle that he sliced to wasn't quite the best one and cost him his life, which is actually so bad for the Renekton to get behind. And that's what I'm talking about, is Shy apt enough on that Renekton to actually punish Iconic's pick here of Kled. And it seems like there we had that answer, but we'll see if he can actually recover from this.
Because historically, you know that Iconic is really great at dueling on top lane.
Yeah, these
He's
duelist
known
top
for
lanes.
it. He's well known for it. So like, I'm kind of wondering about the pick that Shy has here. He wants to fight fire with fire again, and we've seen that fare well bit against maybe some laners, but we know that Shy usually also wants to be more of a tanky, supportive kind of
Yeah, and the
top
thing
laner.
is, in the games where he popped off on that Renekton on a lot of these duelist top laners, it's when he has support from Farmville.
Exactly. That composition was on point to enable him to do so. But I don't think that's the case here. They're going to be relying on Shy instead for a lot of the front line. Rakan is actually more of a pseudo front as well as Lee Sin, so he might not want to rely on them too much. So you're still going to be taking the brunt of the damage. And as a Renekton here, you will be forced to go more tanky.
And being forced to go tanky plus actually losing first blood against the opposing laner. Look at this. Iconic is constantly pushing him in now. With a 2 longsword lead is actually super substantial, and Shy has to back off for fear of his life. He doesn't have any substantial vision aside from the Tribrush, so if Fear wants to go for a gank, he can. They can actually dive that Renekton before he reaches level 6 and gets Dominus. Now Iconic, a little bit of trouble here.
Ooh.
Look at him bravely running up to Farmville. He
That
does
is
have Scarl up almost immediately.
That is courage right there. You
seems
didn't
like,
even
yeah.
have to put it in the skill. Courage na talaga yun eh. He was
No need
No.
for that bar if he actually has real courage.
Exactly.
But seems like Berserk burnt his ultimate there. His very first ultimate use kind of wasted.
and I think
not
that
really a lot of value.
yeah, and I think that's why Iconic was super confident, because he knew that Berserk was nearby, and they were communicating that if they pull the trigger, you better have my
ult
back.
me. But yeah, restraint from JBL as well. They know that, oh, okay, he's alone, but
Fishy.
there's a Berserk.
Yeah,
Because after all, Al had to see that he left lane.
that's right. And it's kind of fishy that a low HP Iconic was going forward without any signs from
Going
anywhere. Oh
for
my
it,
god,
though,
speaking
Farmville
of...
with a resonating strike onto Iconic.
What?
Charge a little bit short there. And here
Okay.
comes Al as well, walling them away. Here comes Berserk as well. Iconic cannot jump over the wall except for the musket that he has, but now they're quite low in health. Berserk has to body block for his team, doing a pretty good job at it. Iconic halfway to getting Scarl back. Can he get it? He actually gets it. Fear gets a kill onto Farmville, and now Shy is in trouble. Al no longer has any mana.
Wow, did you
Where
see
can he
that?
go?
That
Yes,
was
I did, Rockhard.
Amazing work for Berserk, shielding his teammates. So basically, the whole rest of that 15 minutes, and that bought Iconic enough time to get onto a Scarl. And that basically turned the tide of that match.
Yeah, because Berserk was able to body block a lot of what JBL could do. The Sonic Wave, even if it goes off cooldown, would just go onto Berserk. So does the Threaded Volley.
Threaded Volley, yes.
And let's break that down.
You
Because
saw
seems
here.
like, yeah,
It
Iconic
was-
seemed to be in trouble.
Yeah, it was kind of dangerous because Iconic already burned his ultimate, and
Here
we
comes Al.
thought that they were boxed in, diba? Tapos biglang, oh no, here comes Berserk. Your backup is here, and I will take everything. Just get in behind me, guys. Get back on position, and I'm gonna burn these guys down for you. And when Iconic was in the optimal
So
position,
close.
wow, see that? Scarl to the rescue there, and that resulted in a double kill for Elise.
Yeah,
Amazing work.
as soon as Farmville went on to Iconic for the finishing blow, Just the venomous bite coming from Veer finishes him off.
Execute
Clutch.
for the win.
Execute for the win. I also like the mechanic there that Iconic used the knockback of his musket.
Yeah.
The recoil.
To get over
the wall. Because you cannot do that with Joust on
Exactly.
the E. But you can do that with a Q.
And it's a very small distance.
Yeah, it's
so
very
you
hard
really
to do
have
that.
to be
Yeah.
on position to do it.
It's very difficult to do that, especially when you're under pressure like that and you're so
Right.
low health and you need to get out of there. But now Farmville not missing a beat even after that death, looking for an opportunity to take out Berserk, get some revenge.
Worse, hindi mo papayag. He's still ahead a bit in CS, although he is down. He's down a death, and at least he's up 2 kills. So
Berserk
Veer, oh my
fighting
God,
2v1.
Berserk.
Look at how much damage he's dealing against Farmville. Has to run away, even has to smite the Skull Crab to ensure that he has some health for later. Which is like Veer says thanks to him for chunking that Skull Crab to half health.
Wow, Berserk feeling very confident because of the advantages. Because not only did he was able to provide kills, he was able to get assists, which also gave him gold yung from the kaninang match. And now Iconic, confident kahit 20% HP lang siya, he goes for against all. Wait
and
a
that
second.
might be a little bit trouble for Veer. The hero's entrance is there to save them. The top flash into Demigod, and Farmville means that Demigod might be in a little bit of trouble. The plants, Zone G's away from this fight. It's still a 3v3, but here comes Berserk. Actually shoved into that work ground.
Yeah, they were. UPD knew that they were going in a bit too deep there, and there might have been no turning back. So very smart of UPD to go back. Meanwhile, on top, I think Iconic wants something to happen. Although, of course, not in a position to do so.
Yeah, it's very dangerous to dive on Renekton with Dominus up.
Yeah, but that's pressure. The pressure that he's giving out.
He cannot teleport out because that means his turret will be lost.
Right.
And it can also be cancelled by the bear trap on a rope. But he cannot fight back because Iconic is the one pushing in, which means that he has a bigger minion wave.
Exactly.
So there's no way that Shy can actually fight this because Iconic, even though he chunks him down, he could just like recover his health technically by getting Scarl back.
That's right. And you also don't want, kasi yung pag bumangga yung minions sa pag bumangga yung minions sa tower, you're gonna lose a lot of EX. If you teleport, oh my God,
goes for a really nice gank. The Ignite almost takes down Demigod, but it's the mobility of the Drakon that saves him.
That's right, and this is non-stop aggression though for UPD. Those were basically just clutch saves. You expended a lot of resources just to survive. Meanwhile, on top,
here comes Iconic. He doesn't have his courage just yet. He might actually be taken down. Shy with a sliver of health gets the kill onto him. Gets some revenge.
Well, 1 second lang, that could have gone either way. Courage was actually on the way up already. Yeah. That was really scary. And meanwhile, in the mid lane, non-stop action here.
Berserk's not taking any damage.
Oh my God, he's showing that he can dish it out as well as take it in. Both top laners and mid laners for UPD is actually showing off, but Iconic here just. Of course, he's a squisher of the two. He's gonna be. He's a double-edged sword. He's gonna be more often than not on the other side of the blade if he tries to go for a risky play.
Yeah, but Shy, I really like how Shy was able to decisively go onto Iconic. Okay, he was thinking, I can kill Iconic before he gets Scarl back.
That's right.
Because his courage was still white, like very small courage. So being able to take him out, but still very close.
Yeah,
very close.
And on the other side, naman, Iconic was kind of confident because, oh, if I just wait 1 more second, Scarl is gonna be on and he's gonna die.
He did take one turret shot, though.
Yeah, one turret
it's like
shot.
The turret shot revenge.
That was a big difference. I think that was something that he didn't see. I think he was right on the edge of the turret range, and that's something that.
Hero's entrance coming from Berserk. Where's he going? Onto mid lane. Onto Veer, who was fighting Farmville just a little bit. Farmville getting chunked down. Veer chomping up some tasty food. Oh, that's going to be a taunt onto Owl. It's going to be Berserk being a very good front line for his team. Veer has to back off. Knee as well. Has to resort to their ranged attacks. Shy goes for the teleport by Iconic, matches it and actually demolishes it. The Weaver's Wall locks up Demigod, and jeez.
That did not work as intended. The Weaver's Wall actually almost locked in 2 members. Mostly, that was an uncoordinated play from Owl. I did not expect that from a top tier. Oh my God!
Owl has to flash away from that idol of Duran. And that's going to be the turret. The first turret of the game onto UPD with 4 members wailing on that mid lane. And wow, they do get a 1-for-1 kill.
But that's a first turret.
First turret, and this extends their gold lead to 3,000 gold. Let's break that down, Rockhard.
Exactly. So first of all, this is why he went in for the heroic entrance. That was just for a save, and they were safe to disengage at this point. But JBL, they do not want to. Oh, actually,
Damage.
wow! That was
From
actually
Neve.
just rooted out, and they were just surviving. They're trying to survive on the top, and they were trying to go for it. Meanwhile, in the middle of the fight, Berserk tried to go all in, and JBL looked like they were in a position, but right now, Iconic came in really fast, and Shy did not expect that much damage. That prompted JBL to make an escape, and that kind of messed up the escape because of the panic Weaver's Wall from Owl.
In the end, they did get Fear on the back end of that fight, but still,
that could have been more.
That could have been very dangerous. Owl had to cancel the Weaver's Wall because it was locking his friends in.
He started to realize, wait these are my teammates.
Yeah, and he was trying to escape with the Weaver's Wall.
Exactly.
But the angle was way off.
Yeah. Props to Aldo for realizing he had to turn out.
Very quickly, Iconic does not get Scarl back in time, but the turret again onto Farmville. Now it's going to be Veer and Berserk trying to take out Shy, who's 1-3-1. Nice slice and dice into the flash, into Owl.
Wow.
Berserk actually, the seismic show actually makes it go closer to Owl, who has to be taunted. No escape from that. Veer is going to go on him with all of his toxins. Webs onto Shy and finishes him off.
Oh,
One
what's
kill
happening?
for each.
Your skills are supposed to be for the enemy, not. Sorry.
Yeah, that was quite a goof coming from.
These are two consecutive
Owl there.
skills from Owl that worked against him already. First the Weaver's Wall, and now the seismic shoving for Zerg
He
forward.
was trying to deal more damage.
Yeah, but somehow it wasn't.
With the
really
Unraveled Earth. However, he cannot burst Berserk down. He should have just shoved them away. And that just actually gives 2 kills on the UPD. And I love the itemization from Berserk. Magic resistance, adaptive L.
That's gonna make you into like indestructible.
And now,
at 16 minutes.
And Owl cannot
Seriously?
do any damage to him at this point.
Exactly. Whoa!
Jeez.
Easy kill there for UPD, not even breaking a sweat.
And they're gonna get another turret on top of that.
Oh my god.
Nothing to trade to, and after this, they'll just easily rotate to Mountain Drake. But Fear is not around the area, so they might actually skip on that. But the fact that JBL doesn't really have anyone around here to help them out.
Not to mention the vision, bro. The vision as well for the Mountain Drake is not optimal at all for JBL, so this might definitely will be a free Mountain Drake.
Even without Fear around.
Exactly.
This is the tankiest Drake though, and Weaver's Wall is up. But look at how fast they take this. A Fed Kled, 3-2-1 Kled, plus a Blizzard with 3 assists, and Berserk being around to help them as well. That's a quick Drake.
Yeah, I'm not super surprised because we're at like a 5k gold lead at 16 minutes. That's no joke.
Definitely no joke.
That's resulting in the team dealing so much damage that even the tankiest Drake that you mentioned is not really putting up much of a fight.
Look at the lead here in gold. Only Demigod comes close to his counterpart as a support. The rest is around at least 1.5k ahead, and that's actually substantial. For Blizzard, that's like a BF sword ahead. For Berserk, that's an entire 2 Negatron cloaks worth of magic resist, or a Giant's Belt and a Ruby Crystal in terms of tank stats. So all of this means that JBL's job is going to be harder. The Renekton is almost irrelevant even with a Black Cleaver at this point of the game. If he's 1-4 and can only match the CS of the opposing top laner, the Renekton is basically done for.
Yeah, and what we saw earlier, everything else on the gold, it was really well distributed. That means actually most of the UPD is actually doing most of the work. They're not relying just on Iconic. They're not relying just on Berserk. A lot of the gold is getting distributed really well, and that's resulting in UPD not having a single point of weakness.
Yeah,
and that's really great. Exactly.
Coordination definitely helping them out here. And I have to commend Blizzard as well. Like, I know we've been talking about how Blizzard isn't really the best player on UPD, but he's been showing himself to be one of the safest AD carries I've ever seen in LCL coming into interconference and semifinals. One of the safest ADCs I've ever seen on Caitlyn and Xayah.
Right.
Plus being able to match up in CS and actually overpower G's in CS.
Okay, Owl here going
here. Iconic has
hard
to
on
1v2 on this. There's no one here to help him. Will he be able to get Scarl in time? It seems like the bar is yellow, but the Kaldamik actually takes him down. But that's 2 members members of JBL up there in the top lane. Meanwhile, the Rift Herald is summoned here in the bot lane with full health, with a dead jungler here and a Caitlyn.
Yeah, I'm not sure how UPD was able to get away with that. They're in the position and right now.
Entrance. Look at the
Heroic.
low health of everything of JBL. Demigod has to go down. Will they be able to body block?
Oh my
No,
god.
because it actually kills both of them. Shy goes for the hero play with a teleport, but he's just one person. Al walls the minions away from the tower, but JBL, they seem to they seem to be losing some options here. UPD closing in on that turret.
That is super scary how UPD is so fast in clearing these games. This could actually be over in record time. Oh my god. Iconic came in just for the cleanup. I don't think JBL is going to be able to do anything here. Now the inhibitor turret is going down really fast with the help of that Mountain Drake.
Demigod as well as Cheese, but will they have enough power to actually take down? Cheese tries to go for some DPS, but Demigod gets bursted down. Iconic gets kicked away, but Skull actually makes him invulnerable for a little bit. Iconic has to run away. He is on a mounted form, which means he's quite slow. The team has to back him up in the retreat, and they actually get out of dodge very quickly. Iconic actually gets taken down with a Sonic Wave and Resonating Strike, but now the rest of UPD, I think, are satisfied with that inhibitor and an 8,000 gold lead.
Yeah, despite dropping 2 kills, I think UPD is very happy there. And we'll see in this replay, though, Rift Herald doing a lot of the tanking, and that leaves a lot of UPD able to go in at the back line. Boom! The massive knockup from Heroic Entrance, able to get a lot of members. Whoever blocked this Caitlyn Ultimate was gonna die, and either way, both of them were already dead the moment that was cast.
I don't know why Shy still teleported through all of that.
Shy, I think, just wanted to just arrive just to maybe try to stop it.
Would have been safer to just teleport onto the turret itself.
Yeah, exactly. But either way, he would not have had the ability to destroy that. Because
now
Berserk,
go
oh
up
my
against
god,
Shy.
seriously, unrelenting here, and that's what you want to do when you're in the advantage. You want that unrelenting pursuit in order to get the other team on the back foot.
Yeah,
exactly, and that's what UPD knows. The veteran team that they are, they knows that they must not let up and must not give any opening. And right now, I think they also want to have kills.
10,000 gold lead, and they're closing into another objective. Cheese gets chunked down a little bit, and all that time, Iconic has been pushing this mid lane very, very quickly. And even if he doesn't have teleport, the charge actually has a substantial range where he can join the team fight between JBL and UPD here in the top lane.
Oh, you know it. They will pull the trigger, and they're very happy to.
They are fed.
Yeah.
They have 10,000 gold ahead. Their tank is beefy and can take turret shots, and Iconic can just go in, and then Berserk will follow up with a hero's entrance.
Yeah.
The Weaver's Wall is here, trying to
just
deter them, but it doesn't really stop Blizzard from auto-attacking the turret.
This is just basically JBL trying to pull all their ultimates. They're trying to pull every skill that they had to maybe stop or just delay the push, but this is
just
not
stopping.
Yeah, oh my god, they are unrelenting.
Here comes the quickness coming from Demigod to try and charm everyone. Blizzard gets charmed, but he's still dealing so much damage. Berserk now in the middle of everyone, trying to dish out some DPS. So is Iconic here as well. No mana, but dealing so much damage in spider form. Shy is in the middle of everyone as well. Berserk taunts him though, leaving him open to the auto attacks coming from Blizzard. Farmville looking for something, maybe a Sonic Wave onto Blizzard, but cannot. Way too dangerous. UPD below half health, but they are looking to end this game.
This is a Winion game. Oh my god, I think UP wants to go for it.
They are going for it. Farmville tries to go for a desperation play, but he cannot sustain there long enough. Owl may want to go for the wave clear, but that's 5 members of UPD just wailing onto the turret. They know their priority, but JBL, they cannot finish off the low health UPD. And this is actually UPD 3-1, taking away, going to the finals of the LCL.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have locked down the slots, and that was a really fast game. We now have our 2 competitors for the finals of the LCL summer term.
TUP versus UPD next week.
Wow.
Man, but that was intense. Breaking down that game, it seems like in the early game, JBL was doing pretty well. The vision was still on point. They weren't making too many mistakes, but the later the game went, like at 7, 8, 10 minutes, they started falling apart. They became vulnerable to fierce ganks.
That's right.
And the top lane, I think the top lane was one of the biggest things there. Because Shy got first blooded, and then Iconic got more kills, and even was the one to pressure the Renekton into his own turret. That means that top lane pick is irrelevant, completely irrelevant.
Pero alam mo, Atlas, nakita ko lang kanina, before the last flash, one way to stop this Rakan that everyone is so afraid of right now is itaunt mo din siya. Because what happened was he was going in, the Rakan was going in on the Galio, but Galio already channeled the taunt, and he wasn't able to, he was charming, they were basically charming each other. So that's one way to stop it. Guys, take note.
Yeah. There's a Rakan counter pick it with the Galio, because that's actually true, because Galio will be in the thick of the fight, which Rakan has to weave through.
And he's not going to be able to charm anyone else.
Yeah, because it actually lasts long enough for the quickness to wear off. So very good tech pick coming from, I think maybe they predicted it. Like, okay, we left they took the Zaya. We didn't ban out the Rakan or prioritize it. They're going for the Rakan Zai combo definitely. So let's go for the Galio. That might be stretching it too far, but that is a good tech pick. But other than that, a lot of mistakes from JBL in that game that UPD just constantly capitalized on, especially on that top lane, especially with Veer rotating so aggressively as well.
Basically, overall, UPD solid pa rin talaga ang macro. Napatunayan nila na sila ang deserving sa spot na to, and they will go head-to-head with TUP next week on the LCL Finals.
It's definitely going to be exciting. You have to watch out for that. It's going to be another best of 5. So it's going to be another test of endurance between TUP, Sick Parvis Magna, and UP Diliman Oblation Esports.
That's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. This has been the finals, the semifinals of the Lenovo LOL Collegiate League 2017 Summer Term.
Of course, we've been your shoutcasters. I am Atlas. With me was Rockhard, and we'll be seeing you at the finals next week. Good. Oh, that's going to be a taunt onto Owl. Going to be Berserk being a very, very good frontline for his team here. Has to back off as well. Has to resort to their range attacks. Try goes for the teleport by Iconic. Maxes can actually demolish it. The Weaver's Wall locks up Demigod.
That did not work as intended. The Weaver's Wall. That's right right now.
Look at the wall of everything of JBL. Demigod has to go down. Will they be able to body block?
Oh my God.
This actually kills both of them. Shaq goes for the hero play with a teleport, but he's just one person. Now Walls, well as these, the building has enough power to actually take down. She tries to go for some DPS, but Demigod gets bursted down. Iconic gets kicked away, but Skull actually makes it vulnerable a little bit. Iconic has to run away. He is on the ground with pieces. Quite the quickness coming from Demigod to try and charm everyone. Blizzard gets charmed, but he's still dealing so much damage. Berserk now in the middle of everyone. Trying to dish out some DPS. So is Iconic here as well. No mana, but doing so much damage. Spider form dies. He's in the middle of everyone as well. Berserk constant though, leaving him open to the auto attacks coming from Blizzard. Farmer looking for something. Maybe a Sonic Wave onto Blizzard, but are going for it. Farmville tries to go for a desperation play, but he cannot sustain there long enough. Owl may want to go for the wave here, but that's 5 members who is wailing onto the center. They know their priority, but JBL, they cannot finish off the low health UPD. And this is actually 3-1, taking away, going.
Not enough Garena shells to buy the latest League of Legends skin? On sale now? Get shells anytime, anywhere with your Globe or Touch mobile number. Go to gamer.com.ph and sign up with your mobile number and enter the verification code you will receive via SMS. Log in and choose the game and pin you want. Check out to purchase the pin with your load or through your postpaid account and receive the pin on your phone instantly. Never miss a sale on your favorite League of Legends skins and champions with Gamer.